this year. Everyone was all aboard in the thought that this was the year to do it. This was the year to win the championship, to take the conference and go to the playoffs for the first time. And
we probably have about 9 to 12 players that are all conference players. Some guys are All-American, first team, second team, honorable mention, ECSC Defensive Player of the Year, Pack Player of the Year. We got receivers breaking records.
Our guys are playing with confidence. There's no question about it. No matter who we play, no matter what happened a year ago, you know.
When I first got recruited to Bethany, I was sitting in dance class one day in high school, and an announcement came over the loudspeaker that reported me to the principal's office. Went up there and met Coach Weaver for the first time. He introduced himself, told me what he was there for, and every few weeks he'd come back and see me, and it was the only school to go out of their way and visit me like that. Coming in as a freshman, I was blessed with the opportunity to start come week 3. I stepped into my role and did what I was coached to do, just kept my gap and did my responsibilities, and I feel like that's why I got the starting spot, and he gave me the upper hand going into the year after that. But the football team my freshman year was full of seniors who did nothing but try and help me out with a technique, with just any small tips or hints when it came to playing defense.
I didn't know what Bethany was, first of all, where it was located. So I came here because a couple of my friends from my high school was coming down here. And at the time, I didn't have nowhere to go. My high school coach told me to apply here. I applied here to come here and play football. Never came on an orientation, so I really didn't get to see the campus at first. My first day here was football camp, and when I got here, it was a big difference from where I came from to coming to Bethany. My very first college football start was the third game. We was playing Grove City, and I came late to breakfast. And at the time, the head coach, Coach Weaver, told me that I should stay home because I missed breakfast and I was not going to make the travel trip. So I missed that. My punishment was I had to go all the way back to JV at the bottom of the depth chart and work my way back up. And I just kept working hard. 4 games later, I came back on the scene, started, and from there on, I've been a starter since then. It was a couple of games into my freshman year that I knew the future of the program was going to be great because we were losing a lot of games, but it's not like we were getting blown out. We would lose heartbreaks, last second touchdown, last second field goal.
Big difference between freshman year and this year is that I feel the conference has a lot more talent in it now than it did back then.
Some guys are All-American, first team, second team, honorable mention, ECSC Defensive Player of the Year, Pack Player of the Year. We got receivers breaking records. So as for the other guys that came up with the upperclassmen, we had Mac Amara, quarterback. He broke the all-time passing record. Steve Amick was a first-team All-American, first-team All-Pac dude. So every year we produce at least 12 to 15 all-conference guys.
Go!
sophomore year against Washington Jefferson. We came out and we upset W&J for the first time in 30 years. We had a very demanding game.
We had a lot of sophomores starting on the defense. We made a big jump. We beat W&J the first time. We beat Waynesburg in the same season, Grove City, and that's something that never happened, to beat those 3 teams in one season, 3 games in a row. So that's when I knew that my freshman class was going to make a big change in this program.
I wasn't here last year for the win against W&J, but I know how massive it was because growing up with my grandpa, who was the great coach here in the 60s and 70s, played here in the 60s. Their big rival and our rival today is still W&J, and we hadn't beat them in 30 years. And my grandpa's greatest memories here at Bethany as a coach and an athletic director was the wheelbarrow game, which is where the losing side had to push the coach in a wheelbarrow across the field. And my grandpa beat W&J several times and was wheeled off several times. So that win, even when we were in Florida, the win resonated through the family. It was a huge win for not only the program, but for all the alumni that have come through, and that can also be attributed to the seniors in this year's class and the class before them. And it really has changed the program and our recruiting.
It's something that's very difficult to even mentally prepare for, because you don't know the tempo they play at is way faster than all the other teams we play, and it's something that every year will help out this program to get better playing these high-ranked teams.
Dominate on 3! 1, 2, 3! Dominate!
Another challenging game. I mean, we had one junior and senior year. It was against Mount Union, #1 team in the nation every year in Division III. Coming and getting ready for that game, you really don't know what to expect until you get out there, because the level of competition that they have out there at Mount Union is far ends above ours, the ones we play all year long.
The program really was in a transition state. You know, we really didn't know how we were going to do last year, and we really exceeded expectation, and we got to go to our first bowl game really ever, in our first postseason appearance in 30 years.
Just do your job. Do your job. No more, no less. Do your job. Do your job. No stupid letters. Do your job. Get away and have fun. Got it?
Coming into this year, everyone was all aboard in the thought that this was the year to do it. This was the year to win the championship, to take the conference and go to the playoffs for the first time in so many years. And it didn't pan out that way. You know, we had a change at defensive coordinator, which took the players and the coach time to transition with each other and finally learn what each other like to do. Anytime you have a change like that, it takes adjustment period. Everyone's comfortable with it. I feel if we had a little bit more time to get prepared and everyone get ready, the season would be different. There's a lot of mistakes that everyone made across the board, offensively and defensively. And you can sum up this year to mental mistakes. Just the little things that would lose us games.
Coming into this season, which was my senior season, there's a lot of high expectations because last year we made a bowl game, first time ever in school history, and we finished 3rd in the conference. So coming in this year, we were picked to finish 3rd again. But I felt like, and we felt like we had a great chance of winning the pack with all this all-conference guys we had coming back. And the season didn't turn out the way we envisioned it. So we finished off 5-5. We were, I think, 4th or 5th in the conference. So it was a very disappointing year.
Really, that was special to me and my family, having so much history with the football program here at Bethany. And really, you can attribute that to last year's class and especially this year's class, who really helped change the program for myself and the class ahead of me and the class behind me. I'm very grateful to them for that.